Morning, boys and girls, bucks and does. It's that time of the year again where you're going to start seeing lots of posts from me. So make sure you go to the page this is hosted on. If you're here already, make sure you like it so that you can keep up with the updates as I do them. I'm going to be doing a lot of live feeds. There's a lot of cool little things I've hinted at, and you probably already figured out anyhow. I've got some podcasts coming, 2 of them. One for the Deer Society that I'll be hosting and interviewing a lot of the Deer Society members on. And also my page, the Rod White Bow Show. So I'll get those kicked out to you as soon as they get processed, I think it's called, or whatever, at iTunes and Podbean and Stitcher and all that good stuff. And so you'll be able to listen to just audio if you want, and you'll also be able to watch the video version on YouTube for certain at least. So there's a YouTube channel and all that good stuff. Like I said, I'll kick it out. In the meantime, I was originally planning to do this as a live feed, which I would really like to do as much as possible so that you can see exactly what's happening, real life communication with me, with wild, free-ranging whitetails on, quite honestly, probably quite a bit of public land, some private land, and some private land that I would classify as worse than public land as far as pressure goes. So I am not hunting on the managed properties that I've done in the past. Many of you know I managed almost 8,000 acres in 7 different tracts, and that and actually quite a few more tracks like over time, but that was probably my busiest year. And all that is really awesome. So if you're looking for that kind of information, you can go back in time on the Rod White page, unless they do get those pages finally combined. I know there's 2 of them. The one with the elk is the one I'll post most of the information. It's got the newest information. The other one has a lot of back information from what it's like to manage properties in controlled deer environments, to manipulate their movements and their habits to put the odds in your favor. None of that of which is going to be happening here. So I'm just actually out behind my house right now. This is not an area I'll be hunting, but I want to talk to you about what's going on right now in the whitetail world, and why yesterday on my personal page I posted, which I won't do my best to keep all my whitetail stuff on here. I posted that you should be staying on timber, and you definitely should, because if you're hunting a mature whitetail in an environment and he sees the amount of pressure that most people apply to it, he'll move. And they're moving anyways, quite honestly, right now. Most of the information I get in the middle 2 weeks of October is completely useless to me for the rest of the year, most of it. So one of the things I'm a big proponent of is trail camera banning for people that are addicts to cameras. I'm not opposed to cameras, but we'll get into that in another story, another feed, another topic. So behind me, you'll see, find one down there, that little guy right there. It's a maple tree. Why is that significant? Because maple leaves this time of the year are a lot like crack for whitetails. Now, this little guy here is actually still green yet, but he's turning yellow. When they hit the ground, they generally don't last long, and if they do, when they turn brown after that whole photosynthesis process happens, or has happened, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm not a biologist. I don't claim to be. I just know how to kill things, and I know what things, where they live, eat, sleep, all that fun stuff, and that's how I feel like I've had some pretty good success. So I'm going to share a lot of that with you. In this case, the maple leaves are significant because it's probably an overlooked food source for you. There's a lot of food sources that you're probably overlooking. I'm going to compare it like this. If you could live in a Chinese buffet, and don't tell me you don't like Chinese buffets, because everybody likes all you can eat Chinese buffets, or a Golden Corral, or whatever. If you had all your food in one place, along with all your work, all your family, all your friends, anything you needed to survive and live and be happy, I don't know that you'd go anywhere, really. That's what whitetails are doing right now. That's why it's significant to stay out of there. Other than they are getting bumped around and moved around socially by an extreme amount of pressure from people all over the place, from running cameras to hunting to walking their dog and hiking. You might even see some of that in my live feeds, because I'll be hunting some public land where people can walk around with their dogs, and I've had horses come underneath me before and some of it. So, you know, so most of it I won't have hunted before. There is a couple parks that in Illinois I'll probably head to that I know that there are people with horses, and it's just kind of cool, because sometimes you see them walk by and you'll have a mature buck not 30 yards from them, let the horse go by, and then you shoot them. So I promise to keep these videos as much as possible, other than explaining what's going to happen this season like I did right here. I'm going to promise to keep them short, keep them sweet, keep them significant. So have a great day, and I will check in with you very, very soon. And by the way, I'm probably glad I didn't do the live feed on this one, because somebody would have commented on the pink cup. It was clean. I'm out. See ya.